You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Let me tell you about Travel by Stats. Travel by Stats delivers premium travel packages and provide excellence by focusing on assuring that their tour itinerary is clear. For destinations they've never taken, they even take the trip in advance of the actual one you're about to take. This ensures everybody has a great experience. They've been around since 1988 and have been operating here in Atlanta since 2000, starting from the ground up, but they now boast of a team operating in 5 states. Travel by Stats not only specializes in Caribbean destinations, they also provide a variety of reasonable, cost-efficient events by land, air, or sea. One of their big things is sports travel for football fanatics who live in Metro Atlanta. That's the fun way to go anyway. Here's some of their upcoming list of events. Giants at Cowboys, Falcons at Giants, Falcons at Cowboys, Cowboys at Saints, Patriots at Cowboys, and many, many more. Contact them at 855-266-6675, extension 700, for the owner, Maritza Wilmer. Again, that's 855-266-6675, extension 700. If you mention my name, Doug Stewart, you'll receive an extra 10% off your package. Travel by Stats. Where they don't sell travel, they sell fun. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all of your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's BV, V as in victory, mobileapps.com, and tell them Doug Stewart sent you. Yes, sir.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Game time. Yes, sir. It's game time, baby. Yeah. What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. And this is a Man Talk Monday. Yes, sir. And oh boy, there's a ton of things that we got to get to today, man. Unbelievable weekend in the world of sports and entertainment, man. So we're going to talk about it all today. But first, we got to bring that beat back one more time. Bring it back. Yes, sir. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah. Oh. All right, so October 12th, 2015. Shouts out to all of the Stewies already in the chat room. Thank you. Hope you had a great weekend. I know I did. Before I even get into all of the highlights from this weekend, man, shouts out to all of the Stewies once again. Shouts out to everybody that's new listening to the Doug Stewart Show right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. trust me on this. If you're new, just trust me on this. The most interactive, the most fun, the most real sports and guy talk show in America is right here on the Doug Stewart Show. So Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here, once again, on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. I'm trying to get something situated here. And we have a great time, man. I read a lot of your chat messages. Make sure you go to Spreaker.com, follow the show. Make sure you follow the show and then hit the little chat bubble. And that way you can be totally interactive in our chat room, which we have the greatest chat room in America. In America, we do. I'm telling you. You'll see. You'll see. And then tell people that Doug Stewart, one half of the world famous Two Live Stews, is back. We actually been back for a while. We've crossed the 1 year anniversary of the show, and so we have a great time around here, man. We talk about sports and dude stuff like nobody else in America. Kind of like one of the reasons why we were exiled from radio for a couple of years, because we keep it too real. But we're back. Speaking of which, we are back. And it's official, man. We are back. Ryan Stewart is back. The Two Live Stews, Saturday morning, 640 WGST. If you listen to the show from the beginning, I think this past weekend was our 5th week doing the show. Every week he's kind of come in and, he's kind of got a little bit more loose and a little bit more loose. And this past weekend and the weekend before this weekend, he is just totally back to obnoxious-ass Ryan Stewart. Disrespectful. But it works. It works. Trust me, it works. It's a patented formula of ours. And so this past weekend on 640 WGST, man, real fun. If you haven't heard it, if you missed this past weekend's episode on 640 WGST in Atlanta, or you didn't hear it on iHeartRadio, first of all, shame on you. But secondly, you can hear it right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Just go to the website, to the page, and you'll see the little show photo or profile photo of the Two Live Stews. It's purple, and it's got the Two Live Stews logo in it. Check it out, all right? So ballers and busters from this past weekend, man. I want to give a shout out to everybody that traveled to D.C., man, for the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. Justice or else, goddammit. Justice or else. That was the slogan. That was the hashtag that was going around America this past weekend. They're saying 1 million people were there. They're saying 1 million people were there for the second time in a row. Wanted to go, was not able to make it, obviously. Was down here this weekend handling business and working and all that stuff. But the chapter that I'm affiliated with here in Atlanta of Omega Psi Phi, Delta Mu Mu, they took a bus. We've actually got a subgroup within the chapter called the Black Rhinos. And so it's basically a mentoring program for the kids. And we took a bus up there to D.C., man. I saw a bunch of the pictures, man. The pictures are absolutely incredible. The pictures are absolutely incredible, man. Once again, another weekend of atonement and reflection, and to talk about some of the issues that we are facing in this country with this police brutality, Black Lives Matter, hashtag justice or else. Incredible job, man. Beautiful, just beautiful. Ball award to everybody that went. Big-ass ball award to everybody that went. Justice or else, goddammit. It's not really funny, but yeah, that's what it is. Terrible stuff been going on in this country over the last couple of years. And so kudos to everybody that made it up there for the Million Man March. This is the Doug Stewart Show, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. You still can call the show old school style. And we take phone calls, once again, at 404-382-0338. You can also email me. We read emails as well at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. So we're gonna get into all of the football from this past weekend. Obviously, this part of the year is just so easy as pie because we're talking about the games. We are talking about the games. And in particular, the first game that I want to mention and highlight, man, is our hometown Atlanta Falcons. My gosh. My gosh. My gosh. Now, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to enjoy this when I say this, okay? The Atlanta Falcons. Wait, no, nobody else. We talking about the Atlanta Falcons. We talk about the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are 5-0. Good goobly goo. To quote a famous black man off of Sanford and Son, good goobly goo. I mean, I didn't see this, and I don't know of anybody that saw this coming. If somebody says they saw the Falcons at 5-0 at this point in the season, they a lie. Like my grandmother used to say, you a damn lie. You a damn lie. Not you're telling a lie. You're actually, we're turning a lie into a noun. You are a damn lie. And the Atlanta Falcons, man, are 5-0. I don't even know who to give the credit to. I guess what? You know what? Julio Jones got a ton of credit for the first couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks, they've kind of stifled him a little bit. He's working with an injury right now. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Balla of the Day award, man, to Devontae Freeman. The bootlegged beast mode. And I guess bootlegged ain't the proper term for him. They mentioned him in the AJC this past weekend, and someone made comparison to him to Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. And I tell you what, his running style, he runs downhill with a lean. It is very reminiscent. They even wear the same number. It's very reminiscent of beast mode, of Marshawn Lynch. Now, he's not Marshawn Lynch. I don't think he's as physical as Marshawn Lynch, but a poor man's beast mode, I think is proper. I think is prosper. And this past weekend, man, 27 carries, 153 yards, 1 touchdown. They called back the receiving touchdown, which they shouldn't have called back. And Devontae Freeman praised his holy name. All the man wanted was a chance, and he's got it, and he's run with it. He's run with it. And it's a great testimony for never giving up. Tevin Coleman, you've been Wally pipped. You'll never see that starting running back position as long as Devontae Freeman continues doing what he does week in and week out. Just a bunch of great performances by the Atlanta Falcons all the way around. Balla award to the Falcons. Balla award to the Falcons. When we get back from the break, all right, what we do on Mondays is we give ballers and busters, we call them. Some people call them game balls and goats. All I'm going to do today is read chat. We'll kind of preview and talk about some of the, or review some of the games from this past weekend in college and pro. There's football all day long, obviously. And I'm going to get your thoughts, man. But we're going to talk more about the Falcons when we get back. When we get back from the break, we're going to talk more about them Falcons. All right? We're going to do that. So if you're a Cowboy fan, or if you are, I don't know, a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, you know, just hold on for a second. Because we got to get these boys some conversation on this show. On this show, we're going to give them some conversation. You better believe that. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. You better believe that. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled Trei. Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
If you're not doing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. What up, Stewies? Hope you had a great weekend. I'm sure if you heard the show on Saturday morning, the 2 Hour Stews, you like, yeah, them ninjas back. Them ninjas are back. But wow, it's only an hour, but it's the fastest hour on radio. And this is the fastest 2 hours on radio. So we did the show Saturday morning. And then Sunday, yesterday, man. One of the biggest tailgates that we've had in probably a couple of years. I take that back. We always have big tailgates, but I guess because the Falcons are undefeated, and I had mentioned it a couple of times last week, we had a bus come down from Charleston with a bunch of our frat from the Mu Alpha chapter in Charleston, South Carolina. So they bought a busload of dudes. So we hung out with them Friday night, and then Saturday they came to the tailgate before and after. So this weekend was a great weekend, man. And then the Falcons got a win in dramatic fashion. If you don't follow me on Periscope, you need to, because I whipped out the old Periscope a couple of times this past weekend. It didn't sound right. You know what I mean. All right, so I periscoped a couple times. This past weekend at the tailgate, man. And let y'all get a little inside look on how we get down, man. Uncle Ray came down from South Carolina, cooked fish and chicken all day long, man. Had that what they call it? Hoppin' John. He had some Hoppin' John. That's a South Carolina thing. And so it was a great weekend, man. It was a great weekend. If you came through the tailgate, man, thank you for coming through with your boys. Shouts out to 20 Grand Vodka. Wait a minute. Did I take a picture? Let me see if I took a picture. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Let me see if I took a picture. Let's see. Yes, I did. I took a picture of some of the empty bottles from this past weekend's tailgate of 20 Grand Vodka. And looks like, what, 9 or 10 bottles here, man. So 20 Grand Vodka came through, showed a lot of love, man. And we just had a great, great time on yesterday, man. And, oh, yeah, at the end of the day, the moral of the story is the Atlanta Falcons are 5-0. Wow. Now, And you can give me a call, 404-382-0338. I'm going to get to some of your chat here in a second. Tree is not here today. She's actually at a horse convention where they actually trot out horses out there and you bid on them and you know, that type of thing. So Tree's away today. So I'm going to read some of your chat. I'm going to get to some of your chat, man, and your thoughts on this past weekend. The difference between this game, and I'm liking how the Falcons are finding ways to win, okay? They've had a couple of games where they had to grit it out, and they come from behind in the fourth quarter to win. They did that this past weekend as well. But they've had a game where they blew out a team, and last week in the Texans just destroyed them. And then they had this game here where they actually had to come from behind, even when they weren't having their best game. Now, clearly, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, clearly, that may have been Matt Ryan's worst game that I've ever seen him play in an Atlanta Falcons uniform. Matt Ryan couldn't hit the backside of a barn yesterday. It's a country term, phrase. But he could not hit the backside of a barn yesterday, and the Falcons still found a way to win. 24 for 42. He did have a couple of good completions, but if you saw the game, very, very unprecise. Not accurate at all, throwing the ball in the dirt, overthrowing cats over their heads, throws 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, QBR of 36, so not one of his best days, and we still win. That's saying a lot. This team is 5-0. Once again, they found ways to win when the chips were up against them. I think that's probably one of the better games that the Redskins are going to play. The Redskins defense, I'll give them credit. The Redskins defense is pretty solid. I mean, they played pretty solid, sure tacklers. They can't run the ball to save their life. They had 51 total yards rushing the ball, and it seems like that Matt Jones kid did a lot more than that. But he had 11 carries, 20 yards. Yeah, the guy that you at the end of the day, I thought this dude probably had, close to 100 yards, but no. The Falcons shutting them down. The defensive culture around their man has just totally changed. And once again, I've said this every single week, that the Falcons have found ways to win these games. These games that the Falcons are winning, we would have surely lost last year and the year before under Mike Smith. No disrespect to Mike Smith. No disrespect to Mike Smith. But if you're in this town, and you don't even have to be a Falcons fan. If you pay attention to the Falcons, okay, and if you watch these games over the last couple of years, sure as my name ain't Sam, the Falcons would have lost three out of these 5 games the last couple of years. They would have easily, and maybe 4 out of 5. Damn it, maybe all of them. But nah, such is not the case. I saw this morning on the Puppet Factory, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I saw in the Puppet Factory, Chris Carter had made mention that he did this story on Julio Jones, I guess maybe in preparation for the Falcons game this Thursday night against the Saints. And so Julio's big conversation, obviously. And what Chris Carter said is something people don't know about the Falcons is how the team is just totally different, how they have the same players for the most part. And Julio said this, how they have the same players, but there's a total different culture out there. And one thing that he said that was very, very, interesting to me is that when you walk in the locker room now for the Falcons, Chris Carter said you hear rap music blasted. And I was like, what? This Falcon organization has been so reserved, and they've been like close-knit to the vest, or whatever that saying is, or whatever, and they always try to be professionals, this, that, and the other. You remember when Dan Quinn first got here, he had talked about how, I can't remember which song it was, I should have looked it up. He had said there was some song, some rap song that he says that he's a big fan of, or some rap artist. And so Dan Quinn's bringing that kind of loosey-goosey feel to the locker room, man. Not as stuffy, having a good time. And the players respect that, I think. They've probably been, all up under Mike Smith. And this, once again, the organization has this feel like they're trying to be professionals. They won't hire or they won't sign any guys that have questionable character or whatever. And not saying that they are now, but that statement by Chris Carter really kind of struck me like, listen, this team is a little bit more loose. They're having a little bit more good time. They're a little bit new age. Chris Carter said they're kind of like the Seattle Seahawks East. And that's a tremendous compliment. It is. They're the Seattle Seahawks East. I absolutely love it. Balla award to Dan Quinn. Balla award to Dan Quinn. I mean, hell, even Roddy White caught a ball this past weekend. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He actually caught 2. He was targeted 4 times. So Roddy's starting to come out of his shell. Once again, Julio, I think that he's not 100%. Obviously got a little issue with the hamstring. Julio dropped a couple of balls this weekend as well. I talked about Matt Ryan couldn't hit the backside of a barn. Julio dropped a couple of passes that he normally catches. So, once again, not their greatest game, and they come out with a victory. And once again, man, what more can you say about Devontae Freeman? And I saw somebody mention it in the chat, and we were giving all of them carries away to Steven Jackson, and you had Devontae Freeman right there. Now, once again, he was young, right out of college, and you probably got to learn the speed of the game, but that kid run hard. That kid runs hard as hell, man. Once again, a downhill runner. He got good moves. He's strong as hell. A touchdown he scored yesterday, man. He dragged 2 dudes in the end zone. He does. So he's like my Uncle Donnie always says, he's like a small piece of leather. He's small, but he's tough. And that's Devontae Freeman, man. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show on a Monday. Trying to get myself together, man. Drank a lot of alcohol yesterday. I've been drinking water all night long, man. And I'm good. But you know how when you've been drinking a lot of alcohol, your body feels weary, like you feel run down, like a car that needs a tune-up or something like that. That's what I feel like today, man. But it's all good. We're going to do what we do around here on the Doug Stewart Show. We are total professionals. Yes, sir. All right, when we get back from the break, man, we got to talk about the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, listen, if you're new to the show, today does seem a little bit Georgia-eccentric, Georgia-centric. It is because, there's some big stories that we need to talk about, but we're a national show, all right? We talk about everything that you're talking about in the world of sports and entertainment, so we'll get to a lot of other stuff, some of the other scores in college and pro football, so stay tuned. Also, a little bit later on today's show, I got a big announcement, man. I think it's a pretty big announcement, so stay tuned, man. Stewart Media and Entertainment, man, we are taking it to the next level. So I'll tell you about that a little bit later, all right? So don't go away. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen.
640 WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music. watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
Stewies, what's up? Tree here to talk about your home security and the security experts at Strickland Security. Everything the team at Strickland Security does is focused around increasing the security of your home, protecting your family, and your business. Most home security companies, especially the larger ones, want to sell you a cookie-cutter alarm system that maximizes their profits but not your security. The team at Strickland Security will install a customized alarm system that meets your budget and your security needs. This Atlanta-based company is here to solve all of your security problems. Whether you need your alarm system repaired, surveillance cameras installed, or your door locks replaced, Strickland Security is the solution. Don't wait. Call the experts at Strickland Security today. For more information, go to their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call now at 800-422-9075. That's 800-422-9075 and tell them Tree sent you.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Need your ballers and your busters, your game balls and your goals from this past weekend in the world of sports and entertainment, in particular football and the NFL and college. That's what we're doing today. This segment is brought to you by my folks from BV Mobile Apps. That's B as in boy, V as in victory, mobile apps. They can do you a professionally done mobile app, keep you up with your competitors in business. So holla at my folks at BV Mobile Apps. They did the Doug Stewart Show app and never had an issue with it. Totally professional, very functionable. Once again, it doesn't take as long as you think to develop, and it doesn't cost as much as you think it would cost. So holla at my folks at BV Mobile Apps and tell them Doug Stewart sent you. Tough weekend for the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, that's an understatement. They go to Tennessee, they go to Knoxville, and they lose 38-31. Once again, that's a second loss in as many weeks for the Georgia Bulldogs. This one was so embarrassing because they were up by 21 points, and they give away the cookies. Your boy Joshua Dobbs just goes ham. He throws 4 touchdown passes. He runs for over 100 yards as well. And Georgia loses 2 games in a row, once again losing to Alabama last week. But the biggest thing about this past weekend was that Nick Chubb is lost for the season, messes his knee up. They're saying that he doesn't have an ACL tear, that there's other ligaments in there that's been damaged. I haven't seen it. I'm going to shoot you straight. Obviously didn't see this game live, but because my daughter had a Little League football game, came back, watched a lot of the highlights, kind of fast-forwarded through it on DVR. But if you saw the injury, everybody's saying the injury was gruesome and that, it's just a terrible, sad thing. And now this is 3 years in a row. And I'm going all the way back to Keith Marshall, who tore his ACL 2 years ago. And at the same time, before Marshall got hurt, that particular year as well, Todd Gurley had that high ankle sprain, you remember? So he was done. Then Marshall comes in. Marshall tears his ACL. Then last year, you know what happened to Todd Gurley. Thank God that he's fine now and doing well in the NFL. He goes for another big week this week, his second week out in the NFL. And then now this. And Keith Marshall, man, or Nick Chubb, done for the season. And you hate to see it. This guy was a guy that's in the conversation before this injury for the Heisman Trophy. Now, I don't think he would have won the Heisman Trophy based on how things are going right now because Leonard Fournette is just a man amongst boys out there. But he's in the conversation, not that far behind in rushing yardage. And what he's done throughout his entire career, never rushing for less than, 140 yards a game. It's just very, very sad. And so when you see something like this happen and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, you always think about the kid's future and what this means as far as him to a guy that definitely would play in the NFL, what it would mean to him. And I just think it's sad, man. It's just sad that these kids put so much on the line and, in effect, aren't compensated like everyone else in America is for a job that they do well. It's as simple as that. And we can sit here and argue about the validity of said argument or not in paying college kids, man. But I hate to see things like this. Now, we've seen it. We've seen it with Todd Gurley in particular this past year, where this doesn't mean that it's a wrap and that it's done and you're not going to play in the NFL. But I think it's going to affect him to a small degree, if any. I mean, at best. He's going to be affected by this going forward because now you see with Jamal Charles this past weekend, injures his knee again. He's done, another ACL. RG3 over the last couple of years. I mean, one injury to the knee, man, and, usually that means that it's weakened and it's not the same anymore. So pray for Nick Chubb. I remember last year when this thing happened to Todd Gurley, the same thing happened to Todd Gurley, man. It was just so much more. It felt so much worse because Gurley was destroying people last year. And I said that he's the best running back that Georgia's had since Herschel Walker for that program. Now, this is bad. Obviously, this is bad, but I think maybe Georgia last year was still doing better at this point in the season. And you just saw the potential of Todd Gurley in the NFL. So that last year it seemed like a lot worse. And I don't know, maybe we're just getting used to this type of thing, especially when you're talking about Georgia. As I mentioned, Keith Marshall, Gurley, now this. I don't know, man, but pray for that young man. Hopefully everything can work out and he can heal and get better, man, and get back to playing football. He has to come back another year because of that 3-year eligibility thing. So real tough situation for Nick Chubb and the Georgia Bulldogs. Speaking of which, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, we got to talk about Mark Richt. And good friend of mine, man, supporter of the Two Live Stews, a guy named Bobby from Marietta, has really been a staunch supporter of Mark Richt. Me and Ryan talked about it a little bit over on the Two Live Stews over the weekend. I'm going to give you my thoughts on Mark Richt, man, and we're going to get into a lot of your chat. And we're going to also talk about some of these other ballers and busters from this past weekend. But I got to give you my thoughts on Mark Richt. And you're not going to like it if you're a Mark Richt fan. I can just tell you that right now. You shut up. It's my opinion. Shut up. Celebrating birthdays today, though. Quickly, let's get this in. Dick Gregory is 83 years old. Happy birthday to Dick Gregory. Comedian, political activist, nutritional consultant. This ninja's a jack of all trades. I mean, how the hell are you a comedian, political activist, nutritional consultant, all rolled up into one. Brother is multidimensional. If you've ever heard some of his stuff and some of his thoughts on social issues, man, dude is deep, real deep. Marion Jones turns 40 years old today. Happy birthday to her. The great Marion Jones. Track star. Forced to return her Olympic medals due to steroid use. 5 medals from the 2000 Sydney Games. Very, very tragic story. Marcus Polk. You know who Marcus Polk is? Best known for playing Miles Mitchell on the sitcom Moesha. You remember Moesha's little brother? He was also in Red Tails. He's grown up. He's a grown man now. I'm going to remember Miles Polk as Shorty Doo-Wop on Martin. You remember that? Shorty Doo-Wop, little Shorty Doo-Wop. Hugh Jackman, X-Men. He played Wolverine in the X-Men movies. He turns 47 years old today. He's also starring in that new movie that just came out this past weekend, Pan. I think it came out this past weekend. They're saying that movie bombed. They are saying that Pan movie had like a tremendous, big-ass budget, and nobody went to see the damn movie this weekend. It didn't have a chance of me getting in there. Now, I don't know. I think it's kind of like the prequel, or they tell a story about Peter Pan before he actually became Peter Pan. Just a bad time of the year to drop a movie in general. You ever notice how this time of the year, really movie conversation is not a big thing because, the summer blockbuster season is over, and then you got football. So dudes ain't trying to take their kids to see no damn movies on Saturday and Sunday during the fall. So just bad timing. They say in that movie they're going to take a bath in the money they're going to lose in this movie this past weekend. Kirk Cameron, child actor who played in Growing Pains, he turned 45 years old today. And also, man, if he would have survived, man, the day would have been his birthday. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, was born on this day in 1945, man. R.I.P. to Dusty, man. Big Dusty. I've dined with kings and queens and slept in alley and ate pork and beans. Miss you, Dust. All right, when we get back from the break, all I'm going to do is read chat. More of your ballers and your busters. I'm going to give you my thoughts on Mark Richt. Should he go or should he stay? Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's Stu for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
To give you the history on this Doug Stewart and Tree Taylor battle in Trivia Crack. We just started playing last week. We played 3 games. I won the first one in handily fashion. And then Tree has come along to beat me 2 times in a row. All right. Now, I blame Trivia Crack for asking me dumbass questions about romance comedies from the 1980s. That's who I blame. But she's won. And I got to give her credit. What? I knew you were going to jump.
Like, when you talk about women, Tree has come along.
It ain't got nothing to do with you being a woman.
No, I showed up.
Oh, wait. Did you just... What? Oh, my gosh. Did she just call me the N-word? Oh, damn. We made Doug Stewart Show history just now. As many times as I've almost uttered that term, you did it! And we don't have 7-second delay.
I'm fired.
You getting the BPA. You nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
No.
Yes, you are. The first time in the Doug Stewart Show history, someone utters the N-word.
I'm sick of you.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Good thing we, on radio, traditional radio, the FCC be beating down my damn door right now. They're already looking for a reason to try to put me out of business. And you come up with this. Golly, true. You're better than that.
That girl is
You never trust a big button to smile. At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday, Ballers and Busters. I'm going to read some of your chat here in a second, give you my thoughts on Mark Richt. But let me ask y'all a question, man. Have y'all seen this kid from Texas who's touching the top of the backboard on these videos? You know, on social media, they play these, they got these videos all the time, and it's, they go viral or whatever, and somebody's doing something just phenomenal, whatever. Have you seen the one about this kid, Kerwin Roach? Me and my nephews found this video, dude, on worldofathletes.com, where you find and watch all the sports videos, and this guy's literally jumping out of the gym. It's crazy. And there's so many talented athletes out there. We're sports fans, and so we like that type of thing, right? Worldofathletes.com spotlights a lot of them, and this past weekend, I told you I watched my nephews this past weekend. I pulled up that website, and it's crazy. They love that stuff. They're going to be phenomenal athletes as well one day. I'm pretty sure about that. One of them probably more so than the other because he's got a real attitude problem. And I told you all about Mason just off the chain. That's another story. But so I bookmarked the site, and so whenever they come over or whenever I go over there, I can pull it up, and they like watching that type of thing, man. The site is real cool. All the sports videos in one place. All you do is press play and watch as many videos as you can. It's crazy, man. Phenomenal. Check out worldofathletes.com. Once again, that's worldofathletes.com. That's kind of like the place you need to go-to place to get all of the sports videos, man, the cool sports videos all in one place. That's worldofathletes.com. All right? So let me give you my thoughts on Mark Richt, man. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Before I even say this, you have to make sure and make it very clear what you're trying to say whenever you talk about something that's such as a polarizing topic as this in the state of Georgia in particular. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Mark Richt is a fine man. Mark Richt is a fine man, clearly. And everybody that talks about Mark Richt, they always say how fine of a gentleman he is, God-fearing man. Okay? Everybody says that. Okay? Everybody knows that. What I am saying and my thoughts on Mark Richt is at some point you got to try something different. We always throw out this phrase, the definition of insanity is doing something the same way and expecting a different outcome. Okay? I think that's what we're kind of, involved with right now with Mark Richt. Mark Richt is a fantastic coach. He's had his opportunity, and for the most part, it hasn't worked. You can go back and look at a list. I had a list previous games where Georgia was favored over like the last 6 or 7 years, or under Mark Richt's tenure as head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, in which they've gotten beaten soundly. I mean, just destroyed. Like this past weekend was a perfect example of that. And the weekend before against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay? I just think you have to try something different. That's all. And then everybody, the first thing that everybody says whenever you bring up this conversation is, what about Tennessee? What about Philip Fulmer? Tennessee ain't been the same since Philip Fulmer left. Yeah, that may be true, but that's one example. For every situation, for every scenario you give me of what's gone down in Tennessee over the last couple of years, and they're starting to turn things around with Bush Jones. For every scenario you give me with Tennessee and trying to make a change because they weren't winning enough, and then they fail, I can give you an example, a scenario, like what happened with the Chicago Bulls. Okay, Doug Collins was a great coach. The Jordan-led Bulls, and they were in the playoffs every single year. They couldn't get past the Detroit Pistons. Okay, so if the Bulls management was fine with just winning, they would have kept Doug Collins. Okay, and we don't know what would have happened with history, but guess what? They made a change. It says, nah, we need to bring just a different voice in here. Maybe a different voice will help us go in a different direction. We not okay with being on this level. It's all about winning championships. Same damn thing comparison you can make about the Braves. Braves were content on winning these division titles every single year. And I don't know, it's because of the apathy of Southern people or whatever. We're fine with just being average. Damn it, I wasn't raised like that. And you listen to the Doug Stewart Show. We were not raised like that in my house. We trying to be the best. And so, yeah, if the Bulls would have kept Doug Collins, then who knows? Maybe they would have won some rings. I don't know, but we know one thing. They brought in a man named Phil Jackson, and they won 6 rings. That's all I know. They were floundering, and they were mediocre, and they were average for many, many years. Okay? They brought in Phil Jackson, and the rest is history. All I'm saying is, yeah, it might be a chance that you don't win, or you win less games than you have under Mark Richt. But at the end of the day, are you happy with contending for SEC East titles? That's all? You're not really in the conversation to win a national championship. And every time you're in a conversation about winning a national championship, you have these tragic, tragic losses, like last week and this week. Okay? You have some of the best talent in the country in this state. You routinely get 4- and 5-star players like it's going out of style. Okay? And every year it's the same thing. Damn it, just try something different. That's all I'm saying. You shut up. I don't care, Mark Richt's your cousin, studio audience. And I like Mark Richt. We've had him on the show before with the Stews. I mean, once again, good guy. Just try something different. That's all. You don't know. You don't know what football genius is out there right now that's just waiting for an opportunity. Yeah, I mean, perfect example. My man ducking and dodging. He says, just like the Warriors did Mark Jackson, sometimes a good coach isn't good enough. That's exactly right. Now, Mark Jackson, I thought, was doing a good job. But guess what? The Golden State was the perfect example. The Golden State Warriors says, nah, Mark Jackson not going to take us to the next level. I disagree with it at the time. Just like a lot of you out there right now are disagreeing with me saying that just bringing a new coach for the Georgia Bulldogs, I disagree with them bringing in Mark or Steve Kerr and getting rid of Mark Jackson. Guess what? It worked. So what are you going to say now? And once again, you keep throwing Philip Fulmer and Tennessee in my face, but damn it, just like the situation in Golden State, just like what happened with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, another example what I thought was wrong, that I thought Tony Dungy would win a championship down there in Tampa, at some point. And guess what? They told his ass, thank you very much. We're going to move in a different direction. And they brought in John Gruden, and the rest is history. And you can sit here and argue, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, you can sit here and argue about so-and-so won a championship with so-and-so's players. At the end of the day, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won a Super Bowl. At the end of the day, the Golden State Warriors won a world championship in basketball. And I gave the example about the Bulls. So if y'all Georgia fans happy with just getting disappointed every single year, fine. I root for all of the home teams, but I don't have a vested interest in it like y'all do, that were born in this state and that live and die with the Georgia Bulldogs. But if you find with more of the same, if you think at some point Mark Richt's going to have this breakthrough, okay, all right, so be it. So be it. From KC, Scarface reps about him being schizophrenic. We should have believed him. I don't know exactly what they're talking about. From the Kicking It with Keith show, Scarface's situation is real bad right now. I hear financially, so maybe that's the story behind his failed child support. No excuse for him, but I think he was told not to leave Texas. Yeah, if you didn't hear about that, I know the story with that. So the BET Awards were filmed here this weekend. I think they're going to show the actual finished product tomorrow night, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And evidently Scarface, from the Ghetto Boys, got this Lifetime Achievement Award or something. And as soon as he received the award, they came and locked his ass up. Kind of like what they did to and I'm laughing, but it's not a laughing matter. Remember they did the same thing to T.I. a couple of years ago on that gun charge? I don't think T.I. actually got to come on stage. I think, like, the minute he walked through the door, they slapped the cuffs on his ass. But yeah, Scarface got arrested because of some child support issue or whatever, and it's just like that TV show where they send out a phony, you won the lottery. They send you out one of those letters and saying you won the lottery. Come down here and pick up your money, and then as soon as you show up, they throw the cuffs on your ass. That's in effect what they did to Scarface, and. So we'll keep our eye on that definitely here on the Doug Stewart Show. All right, when we get back from the break, it's hour number 2 of the show, and I've talked a lot today. Whenever Tree isn't here, I'm not able to get to as much chat as I normally would, obviously, because she kind of puts it all together real tidy and nice. But I will read more of your chat. We got to talk about some of these other games in college and football this past weekend, man. I mean, this is what we do. We keeps it real. And I know I'm going to get a ton of hate mail and my inbox today from these Mark Richt fans. And once again, I am a fan of Mark Richt too. You don't sound like it. Yes, I am. Shut up. I am. But ultimately, it's about winning. Not a division title, not nothing like that. It's about winning the whole damn thing in my mind. Yeah. Don't go away. Keep it locked. This is the Doug Stewart Show. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
We're back. Dogs and Poodles. It's Doug and Ryan Stewart of the 2 Live Stews.
Tune in to Talk Radio 640 WGST every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. to get all your college and pro football talk.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com. Thanks, Bruce.
We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree, at TreeAtTheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled Trei. Tree@TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes! Hour number 2, baby. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. October 12th, 2015. Man Talk Monday, Ballers and Busters. I haven't had a chance to get to a lot of your Ballers and Busters, but we will. We will. I told you a little bit earlier that I had a huge announcement. You know we're doing real big things on Fiverr.com, right? So, man, this Fiverr thing has kind of expanded what we do on the show as far as, a marketing company. So on Fiverr.com, we sell services like we do voiceovers. We promote, your company or business or event or whatever on our social media. And the big thing what we're doing also is we are broadcasting other shows on this network, all right, that kind of fit into the Stewart Media and Entertainment brand, fun guy stuff for the most part. So just a lot of fun. So we're expanding that. Not only will we do shows on the network now on StewartMediaandEntertainment.com, we are now expanding into marketing infomercials for the most part, I guess is the best way to put it. So what do you mean by that? Man, 2016 is going to be bananas. So what do you mean by that, Dougie? Yes, just that. We're doing infomercials now on the network, 30-minute to an hour-long infomercial. So if you have an event or, more in particular, if you have a product or a service that you offer, not just locally but nationally, because we're online and we have a reach that's very, very far, not just in this country but worldwide. So if you have a product or service, we will host and executive produce a show/infomercial talking about your product where you can talk about your product. I mean, think about it. It's genius. It's actually genius. So say you are, I don't know, a real estate agent or whatever. You come on, we produce the show for you, we host the show for you, you come on, you talk about it for an hour, talk about the different facets of what you do at your job or your product in another case. And that is an ongoing show that your customers, future and present, can listen to. It talks about your service or product. So it's a great thing, man. If you want to get information about the show/infomercials that you can have and have us produce and air on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, email me at Doug@TheDougStewartShow.com. Once again, that's Doug@TheDougStewartShow.com. We'll give you more details. I'll break it down to you. It's a great thing as well as a marketing tool. Once you do the show is yours forever. It'll be online forever. So you can direct people to your URL that we'll get for you specifically for that particular episode. So people put in your consumers or people looking for something in your line of business, they'll look up a particular URL that we'll come up with, and they'll go on and they'll hear your show at any time online right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes, sir. If you got an invention, one of the greatest fishing rods ever, we'll do a show on your fishing rods. And then the tags that we put in the show, you know how the tags work, right? We'll put in specific tags. So anytime anybody goes online, they'll put in a particular name in a search engine. Your show should pop up. And so it's a great marketing tool as well. So do an infomercial show right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Email me at Doug@TheDougStewartShow.com. Let's discuss it. That's going to be a big, big thing for us in 2016. Definitely. All right, 404-382-0338. Let me read more of your chat, man. From One Chance, he says, and I hate when people say Mark Richt is a nice guy. He ain't getting paid to be a nice guy. And that's almost like saying all other coaches who are winning aren't nice or bad guys. That's a very good point. I call it the Tim Tebow argument. People always said Tebow's so nice, but at the end of the day, when it comes to football, he sucks. And I'm holding 2 thumbs down. And, sir, what you just said in that statement is 100% true. Once again, and I always feel like I used to do the same thing with Tim Tebow. I had to preface everything that I said. I had to give a damn disclaimer whenever I said anything that would be perceived negative about Tim Tebow. And nobody ain't mad at Tim Tebow. Nobody don't hate Tim Tebow. Nobody don't hate Mark Richt. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's a results-based business. Throwing a football as a quarterback in the NFL and coaching a college football team. It's a results-based business, man. And then today, you know, I would feel even more some type of way about it, like the kids say, if I'm a Georgia fan, because in today's football and college football, I see Oregon come in and start kicking ass like it ain't nothing. You know, I see Oregon and I see Balla and I see TCU. They win it. They doing it. They don't even have half the facilities in the fandom that the Georgia Bulldogs have. So I would think, if you're a Georgia fan, that you should expect more. You should expect more than what they're giving you right now, year after year. And you got the players. You got the players. You don't have a good quarterback this year, even though he did pretty decent yesterday in Grayson Lambert. But you got the players historically year in and year out. Why are you settling for this? They're not settling for mediocre. They're not settling for just trying to win a division in the Big 12. No, Balla and TCU trying to win a national championship, Jack. You got Utah killing folks right now, number 4 in the country. And so you're okay with Georgia with just winning the East? Nah. I don't like it. From Grego. I remember in Valdosta, they used to tell them dudes that they had won a combo DVR, VCR, and TV, and to come to the sheriff's department to pick it up. Them ninjas would go and get arrested. Let's see, I would definitely smell a rat. I talked about it earlier, how they did Scarface this past weekend. Now, are y'all saying that the BET Awards were working in accord with the police to set up Scarface? I didn't know that. If that's the case, man, that's just terrible. Yeah, hey, Scarface, we're going to give you a Lifetime Achievement Award. Come to the BET Awards this weekend in Atlanta. And on another line, they're talking to the police. I hope that's not the case. From Kaza, yep, fire Richt, and you're going to get that drunk-ass coach from USC molding young minds. All right, so stop right there. And you've heard about Steve Sarkisian. He's getting some time off because he has issues. Basically, they're saying the dude is freaking Woody from the Jeffersons or Good Times, one of them black shows. Listen, man. Listen to me, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. That's right, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I want you to listen to me right now. Mark Richt being a great person and a molder of young men is a great thing, okay? Well, this situation with Steve Sarkisian is probably an aberration. Not probably, because there's hundreds, and there have been thousands of coaches. You've never heard an issue like this. So you mean to tell me that one reason or one of the main reasons that you want to keep Mark Richt is because he's a good person, like we just talked about in the chat before? Huh? Okay. He's a good person, huh? So his job description isn't to be coach and to win football games, huh? You really think that fans would rather have Mark Richt be mediocre and the Georgia program be mediocre than a coach that comes in and lets his players play rap music? Just spoke about this earlier. And lets his players listen to rap music with all of the cussing and all of the hippity-hoppity stuff and win games? Me as a fan, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Me as a fan, I'm not the moral compass of anybody, okay? I'm not coming in here trying to preach to anybody. That's good. If you got a guy that's going to be a fantastic coach and mold men, that's a great thing. If you can get both, that's fine. But if I got a scale, and on one side I got The guy's going to make sure my kids go to church every week, or he's going to win me 3 or 4 national championships like Nick Saban. Give me that second guy. Give me that second guy. I want to win as a fan. And you know what? That statement right there, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that statement right there is very precise. It's very precise to the mindset of the fans in this part of the country. And I love being from the South, you know, Southern hospitality, all of that stuff, whatnot, this, that, and the other. But let me tell you something. They don't play this type of stuff in the Northwest or the Northeast. In New York, you know, that's why you had your Steinbrenners of the world, and the fans would kill you. You know, they always talk about the New York media and how it's so different, and how, you know, any and everybody can't go play sports in New York because they hold them cats accountable. Down here, that's the sentiment that you get. That's the sentiment you get from a man Kaza all around. Oh, but he's a great guy, and we win 8 games, we win 9 games, we win 10 games, and we win the SEC East. We play in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. That's what you get. That's what you get. I don't know. I guess I got a New York state of mind. Even though I was born in Moncks Corner, we got a different state of mind where I'm from, and in my house in particular. But that right there is a great example of the attitudes of the fans in this part of the country. And they'll give you, oh my gosh, my man Bobby, and I'm not calling Bobby out, and people that listen to the show and used to listen to the Stews back in the day, they know my man Bobby from Marietta. Great guy, very intelligent sports dude, very intelligent dude in general. But this cat gave me like 11 excuses on bumping for Mark Richt over the last couple of weeks since the loss to Alabama. You know, it's just incredible. The apathy is just incredible to me on how you're okay with a resume that clearly shows that Mark Richt is this level of coach when you need a coach that's going to take you to this level. And I know we're not on TV, and I'm doing my hands at one level, and then I'm raising my hands a little bit more. Yeah. Come on, man. Be a winner. The great Mel from Southwest Atlanta. We need more winners in this town, man. We ain't tired of these losers. We need some winners. We need some winners, man. We need some winners, and I think it starts with the attitude. I ain't trying to come in second for nobody. You know what second is? This is another one of those cliches. Second is the first loser. At the end of the day, how many people care about second place? Yeah, in these parts, evidently, they look fondly upon that. All right, we get back from the break. We're going to run through some of these games in college and pro football. Read more of your chat. This is the realest show in America. I'm telling you, don't go away. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Let me read more of this chat before I get out of here. Oh, my gosh. Okay, my man K3000. Yeah. If you're new to the show, K3000, he's kind of long-winded. We love him, though. So I guess this is why Tree's playing this music in the background. He says, Dougie, I feel you. People love making fun of people when they get caught doing something semi-wrong, like receiving extra, like, free shrimp. But they don't realize that a lot of these guys are effing starving and that they're effing restricted from even singing signing their name for gain. You give me a damn scholarship and I'm supposed to sign over all my damn rights, all my money-making potential. And if I don't comply, then you blackball me so that I can't make it to the next level to actually receive a check. GTFOH, he did a bunch of GTFOHs. CSI, this is the ish I'm pissed off about too. That's like dude from Ohio State that actually went to court to get the rule changed and then got blackballed and lost at life. GTFOH, a lot of them. I'm totally with you, Dougie. I'm totally with you. Thank you, K3000. I'm with me too.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
When it comes to your health and assets, you're used to being in charge. The decisions you make for yourself and your family are important because you know what's best for you and them. But do you have an estate plan in place in case you are not able to speak for yourself? Without an estate plan, decisions regarding your health, finances, even your family can end up being made by someone who doesn't know or understand your wishes. With a My Care plan, you will be in control of all of those important decisions, even if you can't speak for yourself. The My Care plan is a comprehensive estate planning package. It's customized to fit your needs and your wishes. It covers each of the essential parts that make up a full and complete estate plan. My Care plan was developed by attorneys, so there are no add-ons or special charges. Included in your personalized My Care plan is your last will, which states how you want your assets to be distributed upon your passing. A living trust, which allows you to appoint a trustee to oversee the distribution of your assets and allow your family to avoid the high cost of probate court. A healthcare power of attorney. With this document, you appoint the person who will make medical decisions for you if you become unable to do so. And a financial power of attorney. This allows you to name the person who will make financial decisions on your behalf when you cannot. Many people put off estate planning. They think they're too young or it's too expensive. My Care plan is affordable and simple. There's a friendly customer service staff available to answer all of your questions, and you can complete your My Care plan at your own pace in the privacy of your own home. So call My Care Plan now. 912-409-0447. 912-409-0447. The My Care Plan. 912-409-0447.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Ballers and busters, game balls and goats. You can email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. As well as you can just hit us on the chat on Spreaker.com. Make sure you follow the show on Spreaker. Okay? I'm hearing Big Daddy Kane in the background. Somebody mentioned it in the chat room, but this past weekend, the great MC Light celebrated a birthday. Happy belated birthday to the greatest female MC of all times, MC Light. And they mentioned how MC Light's getting finer with old age. Yeah, because she kind of reminded you of a 18-year-old dude when she was back in the day. You know, MC Light has blossomed. She's kind of embraced being a woman a little bit more. And cute hairstyle, sexy voice, beautiful. I mean, she's real cute. So happy birthday, belated birthday to the great MC Light. Couple of NFL games from this past weekend. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Colts beat the Texans. Man, they continue to survive without Andrew Luck. Hasselbeck goes out there and wins another game for them, 27-10. They're 3-2 in the year. Kind of paying attention to them because I picked these cats to go to the Super Bowl, not to win, but to go. So they get another win, 27-20 over the Texans. The Texans 1-4. They absolutely suck. The Broncos stay undefeated. I don't know how. I mean, how are they doing this? They beat the Raiders 16-10. Peyton Manning struggling. Doesn't look like the same Peyton Manning that we've seen year in and year out. Obviously, he's starting to hit a wall, getting older. But the Broncos, I mean, no matter how you cut it, they are 5-0. Bears beat the Chiefs 18-17. And the Bengals, another 5-0 undefeated team. Shouts out to Marvin Lewis. It looks like you got it all together, Ninja. They beat the Seahawks. Seahawks struggling a little bit. Even though they got Cam Chancellor back, they go down this week. They win last week in dramatic fashion. But they go down this week to the Bengals, man, 27-24. The Bengals, big come-from-behind victory as well. I talked already about the Falcons winning this past weekend, beating the Redskins. Jameis Winston gets his second win of the year. Congratulations to that youngin'. 38-31 over the in-state rival, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jameis Winston, 13 for 19. 209 yards, 1 touchdown. Very significant, the fact that he didn't throw an interception this week. This is his first game where he does not throw a pick. So congratulations to Jameis Winston. I'm really rooting for that young man. I'm really rooting for that young man. He just got to hang on, though. He's just got to hang on, man, until he, can get the speed of the game and get some of the rookie mistakes out of the way. And I think they're going to let him make mistakes, unlike a lot of quarterbacks. They struggle on the outset, and then they just damn them. Then you're just done. And I think they have too much vested in Jameis Winston, and I think he has too much of a good resume for you not to give him some chances. So he gets another victory, 38-31, beating Blake Bortles, second-year quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Eagles get a victory over the Saints. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm happy that the Saints lose a game. So that helps the Falcons and the NFC South, but I'm not a fan of Chip Kelly and the Eagles winning any damn thing, but they win 39-17. The Browns get another win. They're 2-3 on the year over the Baltimore Ravens, who are struggling right now at 1-4. The Packers get another win, 24-10. They are another 5-0 team, probably the best-looking 5-0 team. Out of all the 5-0 teams, the Packers is the one that you feel the best about. Just rolling, 24-10 over the Rams. One good thing about this game, though, one significant thing about this thing is Todd Gurley, though, once again, 30 carries, 159 yards. Balla award to Todd Gurley. Wow. You remember Adrian Peterson came back from that knee injury, and he didn't skip a beat. As a matter of fact, he came back bigger, stronger, and faster, kind of like the $6 million man, Steve Rogers out this bitch, And that's what it seems like with Todd Gurley. 30 carries, 159 yards. Now, if you're a Gurley fan, if you're a Ram fan, are you okay with that? This man has carried the ball 25 times his first game last week, and now 30 times this week? Huh? Remember Steve Fisher now, or Jeff Fisher? Remember he used to run, what's his name, Eddie George in the ground. Like Eddie George, you get a ton of carries too. So that's what's going on here? But Balla award to Todd Gurley, man. Happy to see that young man healthy. You might need to put him on some type of pitch count, though. And I know you're trying to win games, and you drafted the guy in the first round, after some red flags, obviously, with the injuries. But, damn, 30 carries for a rookie running back coming off a knee injury? I don't know about that. Be careful. Be careful. And the Bills, they get their third win of the year, beating the Titans 14-13. They're 3-2 on the year. Cardinals destroy the Lions. I think the Lions season might be a wrap. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I think that loss last week and that whole call mishap in the end zone where the guy knocked the ball out of the end zone for the Seattle Seahawks, KJ Wright, I think that basically took all of the air out of the balloon of the Detroit Lions. I think they feel like defeated now. 42-17 at home. They get destroyed by the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals have been playing some great football this year, but not 42-17 good football. On the road, they just dominate. So the Lions, man, this might be a monumental, another 0-60. No, that's not going to happen, right? They got Matthew Stafford. They got Calvin Johnson still, even though Calvin seems like that he's lost a step over the last year or so. They couldn't do another offer, could they? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. No way, right? No way possible. But they get destroyed, man. 42-17, 0-5 on the year. The Patriots roll over the Dallas Cowboys. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So now the narrative is Tom Brady is just destroying teams, showing everybody in America that he didn't need to cheat to win football games. What I say to those people are the two are not mutually exclusive. Yes, Tom Brady is dominating. The Patriots are dominating. Tom Brady's probably going to be a Hall of Fame. But, yes, Tom Brady did cheat, too, in my mind. That organization has been cheating. One doesn't have anything to do with the other. Right now, they are killing fools. They are killing fools. I mean, destroying fools. Every week, it seems like they're putting up at least 30, 40 points. They put up 30 points on Dallas yesterday, destroyed them at Dallas, 30-6. Okay, that's fine. But yes, I do believe, and I think most reasonable people believe, that they have been deflating footballs and believe that organization and Bill Belichick have been cheating. One has nothing to do with the other. They both can be true, okay? Who is it out there? Grego or one of them cats out there is a big Patriots fan. Your team is destroying teams right now, and your team was deflating footballs for a long time as well. One got nothing to do with the other. You saw Giants win last night, beating the 49ers 30-27. Colin Kaepernick looked real good to me last night. Very direct in where he wanted to go with the football. No turnovers. Good game for him, but they do go down to the Giants. And tonight, man, it's going down the Steelers and the Chargers. We get to see MB7 do it again. See if he can add upon what he's done as a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers thus far. All right, we get back from the break. We'll talk about some of the college games, then I'll get to some of your chat, all right? Don't go away. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. We're back. The Two Live Stews are back on air every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on WGST. It's Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, at Hagen-Law.com for making it happen. 640
WGST in Atlanta. Search 640 WGST on iHeartRadio worldwide.
Yes! In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Shouts out to the Stewies. Yes, sir. Shouts out to the Stewies. Man, we got a couple people. I mentioned it last week. Hadn't been mentioning it every single day, but a couple people bought T-shirts last week. Have you gotten your Doug Stewart Show T-shirt, man? I mean, come on, represent the Doug Stewart Show and the Doug Stewart Show family. Get your own T-shirt, man. If you saw me on Periscope this past weekend, you saw the T-shirt I was wearing. So it's a definite conversation starter. Just trust me on that. Go to thedougstewartshow.com. Go to thedougstewartshow.com. Click on the donate link. Donate $20 or more, man. And we'll send you your very own The Doug Stewart Show T-shirt. Yes, sir. This segment is brought to you by my good friends from Strickland Security, man. They can install the latest state-of-the-art alarm system in your home, but maybe that's not in your budget. The team at Strickland Security can fix your existing system or install just a basic alarm system so your home is protected. No upselling and no contracts. No contracts. That's big. You know, most security companies only want to sell you a new system, but the team at Strickland Security want to help you protect your home and your family. All right? So check them out online at StricklandSecurity.com. That's StricklandSecurity.com. They have over 55 years of combined experience in the business. So tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right? Make sure and tell them that. Before I start talking a little bit more about some of the games and the finals in college football, it's taken us almost 2 hours to do it, I know, but that's what we do around here. We real laid back. It's just, us chewing, chewing fat, or however they say that thing or whatever. We just talk around here. Let me grab a call before I do that, though. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what's happening?
What's up? Who's this?
T from Huntsville, sir.
T from Huntsville. What up, baby?
Man, enjoying the 52 hours on radio. Hoping to get to a third pretty soon here. I wanted to talk about a couple of balls and busters with the field, sir.
Go ahead. I love it when you give your ballers and your busters, T. What you got?
Let me give a baller to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
For keeping his head together next game. He was able to bring him back in the second half. I mean, the first half was real ugly. But, using his legs, using his arm, just staying in the game, it was ugly, but pulled out a good win against Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm going to give one to Kaepernick for really playing a really good game. I watched that game, man, and it just seemed like a good game plan. Like you said, he seemed sure about what he wanted to do. He had a few throws where he dropped the ball right in the hole, clutch throws. So, I guess I say on that, everybody just pump your brakes, man. It's just, we into the season, not that far. He's a fairly young man. He's been successful. You're going to get a lot of bad press his way, but he needs more time. He's still young. Just give him time to get used to that offense.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about Kaepernick, man, is it seems like people have just forgot that he took them to a Super Bowl. A couple of years ago, he took a team to the Super Bowl, and then the next year where he had he was the starting quarterback for the entire year, they went to the NFC Championship. But it's like we just totally forgot that happened like 3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Just, the press his way has just been negative, as opposed to other people that haven't done anything with the earlier pick, like Sam Bradford. But I digress. Let me give one to Mariota, and I'm going to give one to Ken Wisenhunt as well. Ken Wisenhunt is coaching that man properly. He's putting him in an offense where he's actually in a position to succeed. Mm-hmm. And if you look at his numbers, he's coming along nicely because he's not trying to beat a square peg into a round hole.
Right. He
says, okay, I have you. You have the skill set. Let's do this. That's true coaching. So I definitely want to give a ball to the Wisenhunt and the Mariota. And I'm going to give another ball out to Dobbs, man, from Tennessee, because my man balled out. I think he threw for over 300, ran for over 100. I watched the whole game. Again, struggling early, but kept his head, made plays when it needed to be made, man, and pulled out a big win for his team. Real quick, a buster to Mark Richt, and not for the obvious reasons. He's lost a couple of games, but a buster for letting Cam Newton lead that state, for letting Josh Dobbs lead that state. Got my man from Alabama last year, I can't remember his name, but for letting all these quarterbacks lead the state and not at least having something where you can say, this is why I didn't bring him in.
Blake Sims.
The man has a problem
Blake Sims,
evaluating He has a problem evaluating talents as far as quarterbacks, man, and for that reason alone, I think he should be gone. That's about all I got. Oh, yeah, quick buster to the Pac-10 for losing every year. Oregon, freaking USC, California, UCLA, every year they drop the ball and it's supposed to be good, and I guarantee they'll find a way to get them back in the playoff talk at the end of the year. Keep it going, man. Let us show them go.
Appreciate the call, T. Yeah, Blake Sims was a quarterback at Alabama. And Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall was at Georgia. But obviously he had to leave because of getting in trouble or whatever. But they had him playing defensive back as well. And that's another thing. I think that's how the whole conversation started about Mark Richt a couple of weeks ago after Alabama lost. Was I had mentioned on Facebook, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, how I was at the tailgate, and this guy, big Georgia fan, he was saying he started listing the guys that Georgia missed on from the state that would, if you put a little full court press on them, you probably could have got them to come there. And he started railing out names, Cam Newton and Watson for Deshaun Watson for Clemson and Blake Sims for Alabama, Nick Marshall and all of these guys, man. And Nick Marshall's story is a little bit different, but they wanted Cam to play tight end. You're talking about a Pro Bowl quarterback for the last couple of years. His team right now I think they're still undefeated. I think they had a bye this past weekend. I don't remember seeing their score anywhere. And they wanted the man to play tight end at Georgia. Deshaun Watson, well, the story on Deshaun Watson at Clemson is that his coach, his high school coach at Buford High School, was a Clemson fan, or is a Clemson fan, and kind of steered him towards Clemson. But I kind of get the feeling that they didn't really push hard. Georgia. And the man was like the player of the year, and you let him go to Clemson? I don't know about that, man. Blake Sims, phenomenal year last year at Alabama under Lane Kiffin. 100 times better than Jake Coker. He's from Georgia. I don't know. Just strange, man. Speaking of college football, a couple of interesting games from yesterday, or from this past Saturday in college football, some of the highlighted games that we need to talk about. Ohio State wins again. They're doing it real ugly. I don't know what's wrong with them. There's this assertion out there that Ohio State has too much talent, and they don't know how to spread the ball around right now, and they're scared about stepping on certain players' toes. J.T. Barrett comes in and kind of rallies the team, and they go on to beat Maryland, who was in this game up until like the middle of the third quarter, or even the start of the fourth quarter. So Ohio State wins. They're doing it real ugly, but they're still undefeated, 49-28 over Maryland. TCU rolls again, putting up another 50-point spot on Kansas State, 52-45. Bill Snyder, though, doing a great job with that program, who usually doesn't have great talent at all. 100-year-old Bill Snyder. So TCU rolls again, 52 points. Baylor puts up 66 points on Kansas. Michigan State beats Rutgers 31-24. They haven't looked impressive as you would think, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show this year on a team that a lot of people were talking about, could be in the running for a national championship. They're going to take on Michigan here in a couple weeks, and Jim Harbaugh, early favorite for Coach of the Year, destroys Northwestern 38-0. Ball award to Jim Harbaugh. The man can coach. You can say all you want. He's strange. He's kooky. He wears khakis every single day. And all of that may be true. It may be true. But Jim Harbaugh can coach. Good Lord. If you saw them now, they only lost of the year. It was the first game of the year against Utah. And we find out now that Utah is a very good team. They're a top 5 team in college football in the polls. But Michigan has just been destroying teams over the last couple of weeks. And this is a team that we scoffed at after the loss to Utah. And he's, in effect, coached these boys up. Yes. Yes, Ball award to Jim Harbaugh, man. Georgia Tech trying to play the spoiler this past weekend. They go down to Clemson 43-24. Clemson, man, this is one of those games that they usually have lost in the past. Clemsoning, as they've dubbed it. They handle their business in Death Valley and beat Georgia Tech 43-24. One of the worst picks I've ever made on radio in my life, picking Georgia Tech to go to a national championship. I feel so stupid right now. I feel so stupid. LSU in a home game, but it wasn't a home game. They beat South Carolina, 45-24. Leonard Fournette once again goes ham. Rushes well over 100 yards. He doesn't have 200 yards this past weekend, but he goes for 158 on 20 carries. Ball award to him. One more game I wanted to mention. Oh, Florida. Jim McElwain, man. Got to give him a ball award as well. Has turned this Florida program around. A quality win on the road against Missouri, which is usually a tough place to play. Ball award to him, man. And the Florida Gators, they back. Florida State squeaks by with a win over Miami. Al Golden, dead man walking. And last but not least, or that was last, and that was probably the least. So a lot of great action in college football this past weekend. And, man. TCU and Balla, this might be the year. I mean, they don't play a lick of defense. Neither one of them. I mean, TCU has been in 2 games where both teams scored like 50 points or close to it. They don't play no damn defense down there. And so it'll probably be the same situation. You remember Oregon took on, who was it? Oregon and Auburn in the national championship, I believe it was. And Auburn rolled. They got punched in the mouth. That defense in the SEC is just, they're not used to that. And so when they have to play that type of physical team, and it's a lot different now because of these offenses. They spread you out, so they kind of take away your strong suit as far as big uglies in the middle and linebackers and defensive linemen. So it's a little bit different, but it's kind of a lot to handle if you play in a conference that they usually don't have that rough and tough type defense. We'll see. This might be the year for Baylor and TCU. All right, don't go away. When we get back, man, all I'm going to do is read chat. We'll wrap up today's show. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Let me read more of this chat before I get out of here. Oh, my gosh. Okay, my man K3000. Yeah. If you're new to the show, K3000, he's kind of long-winded. We love him, though. So I guess this is why Tree's playing this music in the background. He says, Dougie, I feel you. People love making fun of people when they get caught doing something semi-wrong, like receiving extra, like, free shrimp. But they don't realize that a lot of these guys are effing starving and that they're effing restricted from even signing their name for gain. You give me a damn scholarship and I'm supposed to sign over all my damn rights, all my money-making potential. And if I don't comply, then you blackball me so that I can't make it to the next level to actually receive a check. GTFOH, he did a bunch of GTFOHs. CSI, this is the ish. I'm pissed off about too. That's like dude from Ohio State that actually went to court to get the rule changed and then got blackballed and lost at life. GTFOH, a lot of them. I'm totally with you, Dougie. I'm totally with you. Thank you, K3000. I'm with me too.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. Man Talk Monday. Make sure you follow your boy on all social media platforms at the Doug Stewart Show. That's right, at the Doug Stewart Show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We've got 2 accounts on Facebook, Stewart Media and Entertainment, as well as Doug Stewart. Can't really friend anybody else on Facebook, but check out Stewart Media and Entertainment on Facebook as well. So we're all over the place. We're doing Periscope, real big woolly style, and I did say woolly. Yes, I did. I heard so much Geechee talk this weekend, man. I fell right back into it. Yes, sir. I love my people. I mentioned earlier, if you're just joining the show late, that the graduate chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated from Charleston, South Carolina, came to Atlanta for this Redskins-Falcons game. They brought a bus. It's like 40 dudes. I went and hung out with them Friday night in the hotel. Then they came to the game, or not Friday night. Was it Friday night? It was Saturday. No, Saturday night. And then Sunday they came to the game, man. And so it was a lot of Geechee talk, man. And that's my people, man. Absolutely had a great time this weekend with my peoples from back in the Low Country. So it was real fun. We drank a lot of alcohol. We ate a lot of food. Uncle Ray was on the grill doing his thing. I mean, some people would just put on earth just to grill, and Uncle Ray is that dude. Okay, so Uncle Ray is my sister-in-law's uncle. So he's not actually by blood me and Ryan's uncle, but since Ryan married his niece, he kind of, we're bona fide nephews. And so he comes to Atlanta, brings his big barrel grill, brings a couple of big old deep fries. He got this like mechanical grade. He got these mechanical grade deep fries like what they use in McDonald's. And he totes them along, man, and fried chicken and grill and cook fish and, how we do it in the low country. And so it's always a festive time. He doesn't come every home game, but he came this past weekend, man. We had a great time down there at the Georgia Dome. And the Falcons won. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
My name's Triple Digit. My voice is gone.
Triple Digit! What's up, baby?
Oh, what a heck of a game that was yesterday. And first off, Balla, the tailgate, that was awesome. My pops had a great time. He was just talking about that the whole day. He said, you got some good buddies down here.
Right. Now, let me tell the people, let me get a background of this guy. I used to call the show every day when we first started. I used to listen to the Two Live Stews back in the day. His name is Triple Digit, the biggest Redskins fans that I know in Atlanta. He got his nickname because he played in the Madden League, and he got beat by triple digits in a Madden game.
Where's D-Rich now? If it wasn't for him, though, I wouldn't be Triple Digit. You all wouldn't know me.
That's funny.
Some schmuck that lost by, 20, 30 points, but I lost by 100 points, so it's all good.
Yeah, so he came to the tailgate yesterday, big Redskins fan from the D.C. area, and his pops came down. We met his pops, man. It was good meeting your old man, man. We had a great time yesterday, Triple Digit.
I had a blast. My Ballers, obviously my Redskins, just the way they played, I don't care. I know they lost. Just I thought they were going to get beat bad and going into it. But we held on and had a chance. Buster, to any of those people that said it was Kirk Cousins' Falcons, it was a wide receiver that fell down. You can't blame that on Cousins. I know Cousins throws.
Wait a minute. People are blaming Cousins for that throw?
Yeah, well, all the RG3 fans up at D.C. are like, oh, see, this is what he does. Cousins just throws interceptions. Oh, yeah. And the first one was the bad pass. Yeah, the first interception that Garcon, bobbled it, and then Yard got picked it off. But that second one, you really can't blame him. Right, and you had it right on the money, but it was a good play by your player, and our guy fell down. So it is what it is. Also a baller to my Terps for finally getting rid of Randy Edsel. That joke of a coach is finally out of Maryland, and I know we'll probably get stink the rest of the year without a head coach, but at least we got that guy out of there, and hopefully we get somebody decent next year. And I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and my voice is gone.
Appreciate the call, Triple Digit. Yeah, we can barely understand you, man. We can barely understand you, but I think we kind of understood you. Yeah. That last. The pick six wasn't Kirk Cousins' fault. Now, he's not a good quarterback, and I've said it before, and I'm on record. If it was up to me, I would roll RG3 out there and just, live or die by RG3 based on everything, all the variables in the equation. Kirk Cousins ain't gonna win you no Super Bowl. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He did play pretty decent yesterday at times. The interception at the end had nothing to do with Kirk Cousins. It was just unfortunate play. The wide receiver falls down. Falcons get the pick six and win. As I mentioned earlier, the Falcons are finding ways to win. And this is a team that did not they found ways to lose over the last couple of years. So I'm just happy that we got some winning football around here. To quote the great Mel from Atlanta again, we want winners, not losers. And the Falcons are winning. The Falcons are winning, man, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch, man. I remember a couple of years ago, the last 2 years, last year and the year before, they win 4 or 5 games at a time, 6 games maybe. So it was just bad, but it wasn't fun to watch. What they were doing. It just wasn't fun to watch. Now with Julio Jones coming into form, man, and now you got a good running game. This offense is very, very explosive. That's the best way to put it. Under Kyle Shanahan, got to give him some props as well. Tough game yesterday, but he's been doing fantastic. So, hey, man, Falcons, it's going to get to be a hot ticket. It's going to get to be a hot ticket this Thursday night to take on the Saints on national TV for the Thursday night game. That's going to be big as well, man. So it's pretty cool being in Atlanta right now and following the Atlanta Falcons. It's been so many years of just tough football. and as far as winning in this city. And this looks very sustainable. Like, this doesn't look like smoke and mirrors. I still question the talent on defense, but the defense is just playing great right now, and you got to give all the credit to Dan Quinn. But this looks very, very sustainable to me in what they're doing. You know, and another thing, Vic Beasley hadn't even broke out yet, but I think he has a breakout in him. He's been getting pressure, and he's just been a half a second too slow on getting to the quarterback, seemingly each week. Now, he's got a couple of sacks, but for a first-round pick, you need to get 15 sacks to validate, you know, getting picked that high in the draft. I think you can get a half a sack damn near a game and get you 9 or 10 sacks. You know what I'm saying? So I like what I see. He's still learning the speed of the game, I think. He's understanding that these offensive linemen are maulers in the NFL, and so he's trying to find his way. But I haven't seen his play and come back and said to myself, he's not going to be a great player in the NFL. I can see it. I can see it. He's just one swim move technique away, or learning a move from a veteran. You know, maybe he needs to go and get with my man Chuck Smith or something like that and learn, you know, pass rushing, you know, tricks of the trade. I don't know. But I don't feel like he's going to be a bust. Like, I don't see bust in Vic Beasley at all. No way. No way. It's just going to take a minute. Yeah, it's going to take a minute. But, yeah, man, it's just damn good to be a Falcon fan today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All we want is some winners. We don't want no losers. Go Vern from Jersey in there talking about his Giants. Golly, y'all escaped with one last night. Y'all shouldn't have won that damn game. Whatever. Oh, Vern in here talking trash in the chat room. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Man, I wish we could do another hour, man. Hey, check it out, man. Go to Fiverr.com and check out all the gigs. New gig. We haven't posted it yet, per se. But we're going to post a new gig, man, where we can do a show/infomercial about your product, your business, your service that you offer. So email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. I'll give you all the details. Very simple, and it's going to be very, very productive for you. That's right, to do your show right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Shouts out to everybody that tuned into the show today. Balla awards to all of y'all. To all the Stewies. Shouts out to the Tree of Life, not here today. But thank you, Tree. Balla award to Waterhead Walter. Shouts out to you, Waterhead, for doing what you do. Dwayne Vasson, Gerald Oliveri, thank you guys so much. Yes, sir. Shouts out to Pink Gator for this track. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beans and Cornbread on the production. I like that. I like that name, Beans and Cornbread. Check out Pink Gator on iTunes, man, and check out some of his music. Very, very talented dude, and he the Q's. That's what's up. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow for a Tribute Tuesday, right here on the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Peace.